Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is iTalk.
If you don't like the video in the next 4.3 seconds!
Here, and in today's video, we have a brand new video. So today we're going to be talking about smurfing. And if you guys are unaware what smurfing means, according to the dictionary.com, smurfing is gaming slang for when a highly skilled or ranked person plays under an alternate account against lower level players. And Fortnite now has people smurfing. Aiden is smurfing. I think someone from FaZe, I think FaZe Jamak, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's also smurfing now. And I wanted to throw in my 2 cents on this because Aiden actually got banned for smurfing, even though he said it wasn't against the rules. He was banned for a day for exploiting.
I don't think it's a good idea to be smurfing, bro. That's not very fair. Well, I don't really give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't fucking care. It's not against the rules, bro. So I do not give a fuck. Oh! Look at that. Let's go, chat. No way, bro. They saw that. That's comedy. That's comedy. That's comedy.
And I was watching some of the clips with like Aiden and then the FaZe Jamak person. They were being extremely rude to newer players. And I don't think this is funny, and I think that this is really toxic behavior in my opinion. Teasing noobs when you're a skilled player is not funny. And honestly, I find a lot of hypocrisy with this because it makes me think like, you know, we complained about the mechs, right? I will still stand by it. I think the mechs were the worst addition to Fortnite ever. Seeing these guys complaining about the mech, right? Because newer players are killing better players with the mechs. Now what better players are doing is that they're making alternate accounts so they're on a lower rank and they're facing up against lower ranked players as highly skilled players. What is the difference between this and the mech situation? There is none. It's very hypocritical, in my opinion, to be a really professional player and then just make an alternate account and squash people that are really new to the game, that are just trying to play the game. And this is also upsetting to me because Fortnite has tried doing things to get the newer player base involved. They added the mech to help out newer players. That wasn't a good thing because it affected everybody. Then they're adding skill-based matchmaking, which right now it's in a rocky place because the better players are having longer queue times and they're having smaller matches. And that I want to get into as to why I think most of these people are actually smurfing. Most of them, I don't think they're doing it for toxic purposes. I think they're doing it because of high queue times and they're only getting into games with like 20 to 30 people, which shouldn't happen. I agree, that shouldn't happen at all. They're going to be adding bots into the normal core mode, which I personally think is a good idea. I think that would be a great idea to help out the newer players that way. And we can't forget about the Combine. The Combine is one of the best updates of this season, period. I think the Combine is great for newer players. It's to get people involved with like learning a few things, learning a few tricks and like tips on like how to move faster, how to aim better. Like this is all good stuff for the newer player base. However, with the smurfing, it's really not fun for the newer players involved with this. And I think that this is really stupid that smurfing is even considered in the game. But like I said, Aiden did get banned for exploiting. He didn't get banned for being toxic to newer players. So I don't know, does that mean that smurfing is not allowed even though he claims that it is allowed? I don't know. And here's the thing I also want to say here. I am not a professional player, okay? I play Overwatch a lot. I play competitive Overwatch a lot. And I do get very frustrated when I'm faced up against people on my enemy team that are smurf players and they're like Grandmaster players and I'm in like Platinum rank and I get wrecked by them. I don't think that's fair. I think that's completely cheap, especially because the problem with Overwatch as well is that they have long queue times too. That's why people smurf on Overwatch. It's because it's longer queue times the higher level you are because you have to be matched up with a decent team and the enemy team has to be a decent team so they match up with one another. It's very long queue times for that game. And for Fortnite, it's the exact same thing. And that's why people smurf and that's why it's really hard for me to tell you what I personally think about this. Is it wrong that people are smurfing? Yes, but do I understand why they're doing it? Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense on why people are actually doing this sort of thing, but it also really frustrates me that like these professional players are treating the newer player base like absolute garbage by doing stuff like this and this. It's like, it's not right, okay? It's not nice. Again, the newer players had the mech and then the pro players complained. Now the pro players are at the level of the newer players and they're taking a crap on every new player that they're playing against. So that's really hypocritical. I'm sorry, but like, this is just not right. And if you have a Smurf account, again, I'm not saying that you are a toxic player for doing it. I'm just saying the reason why the smurfing thing is a problem is that you're facing yourself up against newer players, and that is just not fair, especially for arena. I don't think that's personally fair. This is why I made that why fake defaults annoy me video, is because you're giving people the feeling that you are a newer player, but you're actually really good. This is actually what smurfing is that you're a really good player, but you're disguised yourself as like a newer player by your rank, by your skin, whatever. And that's a problem. In my opinion, that's a problem. And I think it's ridiculous. And I think Fortnite needs to do something about it. Now, the smurfing thing, especially on Fortnite, is bad because the game's free to play. On Overwatch, you have to buy the game again, or you have to buy like a game key again if you want to have a second account. The thing that Fortnite needs to do is not only, I think they have to put some restrictions on the smurfing thing. I don't even know if they can do that. It's a really weird situation because people like to smurf, people don't like it. It's very 50-50 with this, but the thing that they really need to do is fix the queue times, and they need to fix the player count for these games, because that is why people are actually smurfing in the first place, is because of long queue times. If there was no long queue times, people do not have a reason to smurf, okay? They just don't. And if they still smurf, then I think that's kind of an assholey thing to do. If there's no reason besides just wanting to get easier games and to play against lower tiered players, I think that's a really dumb thing to do, and I think that's a really mean, and honestly, it's just rude, okay? It's just a rude thing to do. But that's my thoughts on it. I really want to know, what do you guys think about it? Guys, Season X is ending in 5 days. I don't know when we're getting these overtime challenges. I'm assuming we're getting them tomorrow because of the update tomorrow. But that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know with a like, but only if you enjoy the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and turn on the bell just to get all my latest uploads. A comment down below. What are your thoughts on smurfing? Do you smurf? Again, if you do it, it's not a big deal to me. It doesn't really bother me all that much, but it does affect a lot of the player base, and I hope you're doing it for a good reason and you're not doing it for toxic purposes. Follow me on Twitter at ITalkFortnite. Follow me on Instagram, ICanTalkFortnite. And if you would like to use me for support a creator, my code is ITalkFortnite. Thank you all so much that use that code. You seriously do help me out a lot. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all later. See ya.